I think a lot of people know about the connection between LL Cool J and you, but
That's my brother.
in case they don't, okay, just give them a little brief summation of that relationship because that's my we call him our fearless leader at Rock the Bells Radio. You know what I mean? I've been on for about 5 years. We all know L from back when he was young, but you had a relationship with him before the rest of us knew him.
Yeah, nah, that's my brother for life. I actually spoke to him yesterday and told him I was coming to check you out. He was happy about that.
That's what's
but
up.
when I met Todd, he was Jay Ski at the time, and
Todd.
we both had mutual friends that wanted to link us together or whatever. So we linked up at this spot called Roller Castle where Flavor Flav and Spectrum City and all of them used to bring their equipment out to and all of that. So when me and Jay Ski met, we compared notes. We stood there and rhymed back and forth for like a half an hour. So I was impressed off of how similar we sounded. We had the same growl.
I heard the same thing when I was just recently listening to you. I was like, yo, they sound kind of,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
same cadence and all of that. He was tall, slim. I'm short and slim, and he lived with his grandmoms. I lived with my grandmoms. We just hit it off, So he started coming around my way. He was in St. Albans. I'm in Laurelton. He used to come around the way all the time, and we just started rhyming together. And because I was like, damn, it'd be dope if it was two of us. And this dude, we sound exactly the same.
What about how did he go from J Ski to LL
Well,
Cool J?
at the time, I was running around with a crew. We was like the Sensational Five. It was Playboy Mikey D, Ever Loving Kid Ice, Lovable Little B, Loverboy TC, and Romantic Lover Snow. It's trying to get pussy. Yeah. No, that's we did one on the girls. We was definitely doing it for the girls.
And that's coming from Casanova Fly.
Yeah, Casanova Fly. So one day he came around the way. He said, yo, Mike, I changed my name. My name is Cool James. And I'm like, yo, that's cool. But you need something in front of it, something like, what we got in front of our name. So we walked to the store and we was fumbling through names. And then I just stumbled across Ladies Love. And he said, what did you say? I was like, what about Ladies Love? Ladies Love, Cool James. And that's where the LL came from.
Nice.
He adopted it, and then it was off to the races from
Clap
there.
it up for Mikey D.
Word, that's my brother. Word. But I'm going to tell you, you better clap it up for yourself, brother, because if it wasn't for you and me hearing you the first time I heard rap, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't been rapping to be able to suggest that name to him.
Wow.
The first time I laid ears on hip hop, my boy D Money played a tape, and you said it was a long time ago, and I'ma never forget. I got caught in the bed with the girl in Yvette. I was scared like hell, but I got away, and that's why I'm here talking to you today. I swear to God, I fell in love with it. And another thing, my first rhyme, after I heard that, I went next door and I wrote a rhyme, used that blueprint, and the first rhyme I wrote was called Kim, and it was from Yvette, man.
You know what's crazy about that?
Thank
you.
you.
Want to hear a coincidence? I wrote Yvette, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then LL did a record called
Dear
Yvette,
Yvette, yes.
right? And then you did a joint called Kim, and then I wrote a thing called Kim for Biz Markie.
Oh wow! See, this is the universe is crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, give it up for Mike. Yo.
Yeah. Respect.
All right. Switch seats. Let me get my son down here, and
Gotcha.
let's talk to Tuffy. All right, Tuffy, what's good, man?
Chilling. Happy to be with you. Come on, man.
I'm happy that you're here, man. Now, and your man Mike C invited you down. So, Mike, man, talk to you, man. Talk about you, man.
What's good, Tuff?
Grab a cup.
I'm happy to be here. New York is on fire right now. The Knicks won. And,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get all the Kimmy Bet songs. I'm gonna date a girl named Kimmy Bet. So
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Hey guys, if you don't know, Tuff is from Video Music Box.
Yeah.
Nice.
You've seen him on Video Music Box, and a lot of the videos that you see, Tuff had a lot to do with. He did casting, he did directing, he did a lot of that stuff. So Tuff, talk about some of that.
Video Music Box allowed us to have relationships with the industry overall. Ralph really started Vietnamese Box with the idea of introducing people to hip hop for songs they were hearing, but they had no clue who they were.
Right.
Because in the beginning, radio wasn't playing enough of it, and MTV, MTV hadn't started yet. We were first. But Vietnamese Box gave everyone an opportunity to see faces. So we did interviews. He was at all the shows, and I was kind of, I don't want to say I was younger, but I was younger than Ralph. So Ralph could get in where I couldn't, or if I looked too young. And I was one of those dudes who the hair wouldn't grow, so I would shave it all the time. Just wouldn't connect. I hated that when I was young. But Ralph and I would interview people in the parking lot if I couldn't get into the venue. And we started going everywhere. Everywhere there was a show. The first hip hop shows, we were there for all of them. From the Bronx to wherever we could find it, Long Island, Coliseum, wherever they were. So Vietnamese Box allowed us, and we created a company called Classic Concept Productions. So we interviewed, we created videos, we shot music videos. We put Stevie Wonder in a parachute. We did all the BBD. We did, just years of stuff.
Yeah, name some of those. Name some of them.
And then the hip hop stuff, we did everything for Dougie Fresh in the beginning. We did Heavy D and the Boys. We didn't do the message, which makes me laugh because everyone says, "Did y'all do the message?" No.
Hey, you don't want to take credit for that video, right?
No, because there was a lot of things, and it's funny because what I understand is they shot it like it was a TV show, and then cut it down. They shot an hour worth of footage,
Really?
and then cut it down to 3 minutes and 13 seconds or something crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a Video Music Box directed video.
No, and that's a good thing because we were directing and casting and producing those videos. Ralph was able to play them as well, so it really helped, and it also created an opportunity for Ralph to create a video industry per se for us. So Ralph has 33,000 hours of footage.
Goodness gracious.
From
That is
interviews.
amazing. That is, I've seen video of his archives
wow.
in the warehouse, and like it's like, this shit is ridiculous.
It
Like,
is.
and it's taken years
To digitize.
to go through, and it's the process is ongoing.
It is ongoing, which is why he created the Vietnamese Box collection, so that we can be supported by the fans. What he's trying to do is by the end of 2027, put it all digitally, and it could be an app, so you can actually access anything you want from Vietnamese Box.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about one of the first people to document videos when, like you said, at the time when MTV wasn't even playing black artists music videos, much less hip hop on MTV at all. So we needed, just like when Mr. Magic came through on before HBI. Yeah, to listen to that shit 2 o'clock in the morning, okay, to hear some hip hop, and he would pay to be on the radio. You pay for time to be on the radio, and this is the same concept like that. Ralph followed the same kind of playbook. Like, I'm just gonna do this shit, man, on my own. You know what I mean? And create a channel. They was on what, 31?
He was on 31, which was NYC.
Right.
And NYC wasn't playing anything that looked like that. Not just hip hop. They weren't playing reggae. They weren't playing any kind of real music.
They were playing like city programming, things that were going on in the city and type.
It was really crazy shows. It was the kind of shows like Mary Hartman kind of shows back in the 70s, if you remember any of that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And there were a couple kids shows, exactly. And there were a couple kids shows on there that no one watched because it was only really playing within a specific area, like 13 miles from where NYC was located. So once Vietnamese Box became what it did, at the time, NYC reached out. They started getting bigger antennas, and their reach got bigger, which is why Ralph got bigger. And then we started getting offers. It's funny, one of the things I did early was I went to a friend of mine at Fox, and I said, we have a show that y'all don't have a hip hop show on Fox. So when I tried to create that situation, someone in Ralph's pocket or partners was like, he's trying to take over your show. And it wasn't like that. I was just trying to give us an opportunity to expand.
Right.
So because that happened and it slowed the process down, Fox got D's Pump It Up, which is how that
I
show became.
remember
They loved the idea of having a hip hop show. So since Ralph wasn't willing to give them or create a deal, they got D's Pump It Up. So I mean that's good for them. That
which
was West
pales
Coast.
in comparison.
Without a
I
doubt.
mean, at the end of the day.
Because it was new and it was only West Coast. D wasn't getting any East Coast artists. So it was really just West Coast.
Salutes our girl, D Barnes, though.
Yes,
So what's the state of the I'm trying to preserve everything now. Like you said, he created an archive, and so everything that's already digitized goes straight into that archive.
Correct.
Right. So boom, as it goes on, that's going to be the video music box collection.
Without a doubt. And it's going to be crazy. I mean, when I go to the office to watch him digitize, it takes forever because the process of it is not just digitizing the video, but it's the audio, and everything was beta, and it was so many different things that it's recreating all these things. And it's funny, AI, as y'all discussed earlier, there's a lot of ways, but AI doesn't understand the functionality of so much stuff that was from them. And if they don't
You have
input
to teach
that,
it to them first,
Right.
And then they'll be able to use it to compute an answer or a better version or whatever. That's what AI does. If you don't tell it nothing, it only knows what you told it, and it remembers it. I mean, if any of you guys experience it, GPT or anything like that, this shit is scary.
it is.
I asked the shit a question. It should be like, well, Cass. with your reputation and as far as your involvement with GMC Entertainment, your status in the hip hop game, just
You be like, my man.
It's scary.
My
One of
man.
the concerns early on was one of the formats wanted us to put a certain amount of footage into the format. It was the only version of that format, so we were concerned that putting it in, it could be
Then
erased.
they'll have it. Either erase it or they'll have
Right, they can take it over
Right.
and it becomes something else.
Exactly.
So Ralph was very hesitant, so we really had to take small, that's why it's taken so long, to create a working environment for the footage. Because Ralph wants to make sure, because some of this is footage no one has ever seen.
It's a space that doesn't exist right now.
Exactly.
So there's have to be parameters and new rules and laws that don't exist will
Right.
probably have to be put in place because of things like that. Same
That's
thing with
100%.
streaming and all that other shit that happen. But yo, man, we appreciate your contributions
Thank you, brother.
to all that, man. I have been doing a hip hop sightseeing tour for over 20 some odd years in New York City until the pandemic hit. And when the pandemic hit, one of the first things that stopped was tourism. Okay, people stopped coming over here, and they stopped letting us congregate. So the last thing people was gonna do was get on a fucking 20-passenger tour bus from people all around the world with a pandemic going on. So we pretty much stopped for 2 years. During that time, a lot of things changed. Because of the downtime, AI started, being on the rise. Working from home became the norm for a lot of people. Creativity became a necessity at that time. So people started coming up with different ways, new hustles, getting on the internet, creating shows. That's where all the podcasts and shit came from. From everybody having nothing to do. You know what I mean? It'd be like creating, a content and all those kind of things. Right. And now it's here. So with that being said, where do you think it's going to take hip hop? Because it seems like we've gotten to a place where, as far as like the culture is concerned, the culture came up to a point, and now everything else is business, industry, everything, and now AI. So it's like culture is little getting pressed a little further down as far as the equation, as us being able to do things. When we listen to music now, it's like we're becoming obsolete as humans.
To an extent, yes.
To an extent,
It's very true.
we are, because everything that we're able to do, there's an entity that could do that without complaining or not knowing how or anything. But there's one thing that our saving grace. You can't make nothing up.
No.
You can't make nothing up. You can't create nothing. All you can do is go by what you know. Okay, hip hop came from something that wasn't there. it came from something that was this, and we changed it to make it this, and then we took this here, and we added that to it, and we, you know what I mean? Because I always say hip hop didn't invent anything; it reinvented everything. Everything existed before. Right. You know, but our generation say, you know what? I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna see how he do. Guess what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it like that. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it. And it happens like you said, every 10 years. Oh, what's that you, Coke? Every 10 years. Every 10 years, there's a new regeneration of ideas, thoughts, culture, music, and everything, technology, and it is what it is. Okay. Something else, something I really want to talk about though, and this is our communities, okay? And a lot of the ills in hip hop stem from what's going on in the streets. And what happens is that people who are street people take that conversation into hip hop, into the recording studios, and into, you know what I mean? And now we have a dynamic of a culture of people, of youth listening to messages that come from damaged people. Okay, they're listening to messages that come from people that it's overwhelming as far as that side of the message. That's what I'm saying, okay? And the days of the KRSs and the poor righteous teachers and the PEs and the, you know, the positivity and the nationalism and the black, all that's been, you know, kind of tossed to the side, so there's no balance. There's no balance.
Talk, when in New York. This is New York, nigga. New Talk, when in New York. This is New York, nigga. New Talk, when in New York. This is New York, nigga. New Talk. I can watch a Knicks play basketball. This is New York, nigga. I can watch a Knicks play basketball. This is New York, nigga. Place your bet on us and bet it's us. In the wait was trust the jet ain't us. J-Land in your face, so pass the J. No Antonio, you just cast away. We birthed hip hop, so we got the win. Still mad I sin in the garden. Want action, but ain't no B. But a Bill Jackson, let me call OG. Pass the cup, no more refill. No toll on bridges before me kill. I know you read just hoes, man. Before touch might need dough land. Your team stinks, I call them farts. Played your part, but you don't got Josh Hart. We got the juice, my city the proof. Clyde and my group, they know I'ma shoot. Wanna play with us, we play with toy. Give you a tip, you're just an errand boy. When in New York. This is New York, nigga. New Talk, when in New York. This is New York, nigga. New Talk, when in New York. This is New York, nigga. New Talk. I can watch a Knicks play basketball. This is New York, nigga. I can watch a Knicks play basketball. This is New York, nigga.